Hey everyone, today I have a new build of the Timeless Energy deck. Before we get to gameplay, I'm going to go over the deck really quick and talk about some of the changes that I made. But first, I want to say I'm so excited to see how much the community has embraced this deck. I went to queue up for 4 games before recording this, and got 3 mirror matches and 3 other people who were experimenting with the cool new Legends cards. I saw people posting on Reddit and Discord about that. It's really awesome to see everybody in the community just grab this deck and start to innovate on it. And I was playing with some of those cool new Legends cards too. But then I decided I want to try out this version of the deck and I want to record this because I haven't seen anybody else ditch Gigantha. Now this is or ditch Lurrus for Gigantha. Now this is something that somebody mentioned on Reddit. A couple of people mentioned the idea that this could be a Blood Moon deck, or perhaps we could play Gigantha over Lurrus so that we could play phlage, because phlage is a very strong new card itself. So sort of the inspiration for why I went for this build is because everybody's playing Boros on ladder. At least a lot of people are. People are teching the deck to beat the deck. That's why a lot of people are moving little 1-drops like Ocelot Pride and playing legendary 2-drops that are a bit more powerful. My idea here is we're going to go even bigger. We're going to be very mid-rangey with some mid-rangey 3-drops like Fable the Mirror Breaker and phlage. And this allows us access to sideboard cards to shore up our worst matchup, which is up the beanstalk elementals type decks with 4-color greedy mana bases playing Omnath. So let me go over the main deck changes first. You'll see that we cut the Ocelot Pride, which is something that a lot of people have been asking for, and I've seen most people on ladder unfortunately cut that card. Just because it is a card that unfortunately dies to Bowmasters. In very aggressive versions of the deck, I think the card is still good, but we're slowing down the game plan a little bit, so that card did not make the cut. The removal split is now Galvanic Discharge with a split of Swords and Static Prison. I had Lightning Bolt before. Since we're going slower, we're doing Swords over Lightning Bolt, and I think it's better. I'm also a little bit worried about the energy upkeep cost on Static Prison. In the lower to the ground version of the deck that was quicker, I didn't care as much about it, which is why we're main decking the Swords, and we have 2 Static Prisons in the sideboard over here, rather than 4 Static Prisons in the main. And then we've still kept this energy core of Guide of Souls, Amp Raptor, Unstable Amulet. This is a very, very strong core of cards. We still have Ragavan as a proactive 1-drop. I could be convinced to swap this out for a different card in this version of the deck. We have Philia, who has gotten upgraded new targets to flicker, namely Fable of the Mirror Breaker. You can reset your Fable to get another 2/2 token to get the second chapter to loot again. Really strong with that card. And of course, we have Phlage, which adds a degree of eventuality to the deck. Phlage is a really strong elemental. I think we're going to see a lot of it as the Timeless metagame settles. Not necessarily in this deck. I think it's going to go in more controlling decks very often. It is a card that pitches to Fury and Solitude, which are going to be 2 defining cards in the meta. It's removal early when you need it. It's an endgame threat. It is going to be played a lot. It's not raw power level as strong as Uro, but this is in 2 different colors from Uro. And you don't need to be able to support blue, green casting cost to play this. This slots into existing red-white based decks. So I'm curious if we'll see like a Jeskai control deck come around this, or just see Omnath Elementals playing this. I think it's a really strong card. The mana base I did tweak a lot because you might see a certain card in the sideboard. All of our fetches now hit white cards, and we have 3 basic planes. So that is 13 ways to get a basic planes out of the deck in order to support Blood Moon. Blood Moon is a killer card against our worst matchup, which is the greedy elemental piles with Omnath. I don't have a name for the deck yet because I've seen a lot of variations. I've seen Bant versions, I've seen up the Beanstalk versions, I've seen Uro versions, I've seen Omnath versions, I've seen Domain versions. People are still figuring out that build. It is a tough matchup. So we are packing the Blood Moons. As for the rest of the sideboard, Static Prison is from before, Pithing Needle is from before, Unlicensed Hearse for the Graveyard Hate. Somebody pointed out that Containment Priest plus Philia is permanent removal. I love it. And this is also just a sideboard card against Reanimate, Scam Elementals, and a couple of other things. So welcome to the team. And lastly, I have Archon of Emeria. This is a card that I think is really sweet if you're trying to play a fair deck in Timeless. This is the kind of card that people play in Legacy. They cheat out with an Ancient Tomb just because the effect is so strong and it taxes your opponent so much. I'm curious if it's good enough for the format. This is the first like real Archon of Emeria style deck I've seen in the format, so I haven't really played it yet. I wonder if it's going to be good enough. I honestly don't know. The card that used to be here, if you remember, was Deafening Silence, which has the advantage of being 1 mana, and it slows down similar kinds of decks. It's a harder hate piece for combo decks. So Archon of Emeria is a creature that can attack, and it's a bit more robust. So we'll see how that works out. That's this build of the deck for now. There's a lot of ways to build a deck. I've seen people building around legends, like Pia over here and Inti, and I think those builds have a lot of merit to them. I've seen people run Mox Amber, which is very strong. I was running 2 Mox Ambers actually. Let me just show the list super quick. This is what people have been doing. Super fast. Mox Ambers, Pias, Intis. Lots of legends. It's very interesting. I want to see how this phlage version of the deck does with Blood Moon, though. And I'm curious how the matchup against the Legends version of the deck is. All right, enough yapping. Let's get to ranked. All right, quick queue this time. Not that bad. We have a mythic opponent. Let's see what they're playing. Gigantha. That could be just about anything. Could be a big elementals deck, could be a low to the ground deck like ours. We are on the play, which is awesome, and we have a Ragavan on the play hand. That's why I still have my boy Ragavan in this deck. You can convince me that maybe another card should go in this slot, but man, there's nothing like Ragavan on the play. That will like certainly eat a removal spell, but you know what? We take our trades. I'll take 1 premium removal spell from you. Oof. They do get 2 energy out of this. That's why Galvanic Discharge is so dang good. Thankfully, we drew the backup Ragavan, so our sequencing is really straightforward here. Sure, we could keep mana up, but I don't really see a reason to do that. The only thing I could be scared of, is assuming it's the mirror match, would be a dashed Ragavan, but then I'll just trade Ragavans. Ah, right, mirror match, but they are playing Ocelot Pride. So how do we do this turn? I think Phlage is most appropriate. What I could do is 2 removal spells at their 2 creatures, get a guaranteed Ragavan hit, or just removal spell at their Ocelot Pride, and then start opening up the door for a Ragavan attack. Interesting. It's what am I more afraid of, the Ragavan or the Ocelot Pride? How much is an Ocelot Pride really gonna do? I'd be okay letting it hit me. And I'd also be okay with them like gaining life off of a Guide of Souls and making 1 token. Like, it's really not gonna break my back. Right, we'll be able to lean on a Phlage in a couple of turns, and they might not be able to. That's a big difference.
What a beautiful day, brother.
Alright, okay, so they're threatening to flip their Ajani here. I am not going to let them flip their Ajani. You can hit me. Get cat token. It's not the end of the world. Galvanic Discharge, that's a sweet draw. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to discharge their Ajani. I'll have 3 energy. That means I can fly my Ragavan. I was thinking about that last turn, though I didn't quite say it out loud. Also, if they have the cute thing where they shoot their own cat in response to flip the Ajani and save it, I can just discharge again. Alright, now let's go to combat. Pay my 3. Hopefully we hit good here. Alright, so we could use this mana to put Gigantha into our hand. I don't think that's a great idea, even though it would saturate our mana. Wouldn't be able to play Gigantha next turn. I think it's good to leave up 2 removal spells. I don't think we need to static prison anything, unless we wanted to like static prison a token and then just let it die to fill the graveyard. But I think that's a bit of a spew, so we're going to pass here. I might discharge Ocelot Pride during their turn. I might discharge something else. We'll have to see what they play. And again, I know I said it in the little deck tech at the beginning, but I'm so happy to see other people playing the deck. It's awesome. Think of Johnny, he's got to go again. Okay, no response from them. I don't know if you could really tell watching the video, but for me at least, that timing made it obvious. Like, they don't have an instant or anything. Now we can go ahead and eat this. Another Ocelot Pride? Sure. I'm curious why they're playing Gigantha and not Lurrus. I wonder what their card is. It might just be a sideboard Blood Moon like me. I think what I would like to do is play the Ajani and then just pay energy to fly my Guide of Souls and get aggressive here.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Alright, let's see what we hit out of their deck. Nothing, unfortunately. So again, we are asked if we want to put Gigantha into our hand, but I don't think it's worth both of our treasures. We may also static prison the Ocelot Pride. I mean, we could. Again, I don't think it's really worth my time. We'll just pass. They probably have a bigger, scarier card in their deck if they're playing Gigantha instead of Lurrus, right? So let's save the static prison for something that can actually pull them back in the game. Sweet. So the mirror match, I don't think we have very much sideboarding to do. The only thing I would consider bringing in is a wee bit more removal. I am interested in these more mid-rangey pieces and keeping them in the deck, because it's definitely going to give us an advantage. Of course, we don't want to touch the energy package. Maybe we can get rid of Ophelia, because it might be a little difficult to attack and block, play an extra removal spell instead. Yeah, looks pretty decent. Then on the draw, I would probably cut this Ragavan. Just because we're going second, it's going to be a little harder for him to get value. Archon of Mirror is not doing anything. Contingent Priest isn't doing anything. We're not going to get cute and flick at their stuff. I don't think we can successfully Blood Moon them, but I will try my best to fetch and play around Blood Moon. Because as a Gigantha deck, they absolutely could be packing the Blood Moon. Yeah, right. This is a great opener. Guide of Souls Amped Raptor. Let's do it. Let's play our basic planes to play around Blood Moon, like I said. They are on the play, so we could see a very early moon, and it could mess us up. Alright, Amulet, sure. I think we're gonna just mirror the Amulet. Because playing Raptor is not good when an opponent has nothing in play, because if you hit a removal spell, it's absolutely useless. Also lose the opportunity cost of gaining an extra life off of a Guide of Souls by playing Guide of Souls first and then the Amped Raptor. Every point of energy matters when we have an Amulet in play. Alright, there's the Amped Raptor. It's not going to do anything except generate 2 energy, but they have an Amulet in play, so that is 2 useful energy for them. Alright, and a sword. It's cool. No reason to not exile something right now. Let's get a bit more information on what's coming. Alright, it's just a land drop. Let's play this. Free up our Amulet so that we can tap it if we get enough energy. And then we'll play these 2 cards. It's a bit straightforward. Flooding a little bit, but we have Gigantha for next turn if we draw absolutely nothing. When it fires off the swords there, it makes sense. Static prison for me. Do I want the Raptor or the Amulet? I think I'm a bit more interested in their Amulet if they can make energy, but it's a question of if they can. I think I'll take it. We have no card we could possibly play off of this, so I'm not going to tap it right now and give my opponent extra information. Ah, they're also playing phlage. Nice. That's funny. I experimented with Legends earlier today. I got a bunch of other people experimenting with Legends. I experiment with phlage, and now someone else is doing phlage. That's good. Ooh, dash opportunity. Oh, let's go. They could have a removal spell here. I'm going to pay the energy. We're actually very low on energy. I don't know if I should have tapped this. Maybe I should not have. Wasn't thinking that hard. I was getting a little excited here. Do get a hit off of a Ragavan. Very nice. Another Amulet. It's great. I'm going to go ahead and fetch a basic. And I don't think I'm going to tap this amulet because I need energy. Okay. They're not that close to being able to escape the phlage, which is the one good thing for us. So that's 4. I mean, they're getting there with a surveil, right? Yeah, okay, one removal spell and they're there. Or just any card that can go to the bin. We thankfully have swords for the very efficient answer. Yep, there's their card that goes to the bin, so we're probably seeing a phlage here, and I will exile it. The nice thing is that unlike Uro, they don't get card advantage just for casting it. We can take the 3 life loss, it's not bad. Get out of here. That's a lot of life for them. They gain 9? Oof. Rough stuff. Okay, PD energy. That's an energy generator. That's great to see. And it looks like they still don't have instant speed removal. So hopefully we get a good hit here. Got Ocelot Pride. Nice. We didn't gain life, though. But hey, I'll take 2 pings. City's Blessing. City's Blessing. I did not gain life. I have no way to gain life, right? Oop. I might just trade this Ocelot Pride for the Raptor to help me stabilize. Maybe. Oh, they're digging. Means they got nothing. Huh. Another phlage. That's good for them. Okay, they're gonna hold it back. Understandable when I got a Ragavan dashing in frequently. And I also have Ophelia. I think I'm gonna flicker the Raptor out of the way. It's really awkward because my opponent's gonna get energy from this, but I'm gonna get a life gain trigger. I'm gonna get a Ragavan trigger. I think this is worth it. A bit of a weird play, though. Ooh, a Fable. Wow, they're playing my exact deck list. I didn't share this deck list anywhere. That's so funny. Playing the same cards. I mean, Fable is an obvious answer for, hey, what's a good card in these colors, right? And I think what I could do is I could actually just put Giganta into my hand because I might be casting it next turn. Ooh, actually, never mind. I don't have another basic. I thought I did. I don't want to pay that much life. That's a fine boy to have on top. The thing is, we're going to lose this Static Prison. Opponent's going to have a lot of energy, too. We'll fight through it. Get another treasure, too, off of Ocelot Pride, which is a nice little detail. Yeah, if there's Phlage, it might hit my Philia, it might hit my Pride. Okay. Thankfully, it's the only card in the graveyard, so it's not coming back anytime soon. This is unfortunately going away. They're going to get their amulet back with some energy, which is very scary. Johnny. Maybe I can flip a Johnny. Can I? I have almost a big enough of a board presence that I can just attack him, right? Just dash the Ragavan anyway. Well, actually, I have enough energy that I can dash the Ragavan and give him flying. Okay, Galvanic Discharge on my guide. That makes total sense. Oh, dude, my Ocelot gave me an extra Shaman, too. I just realized. That's funny. I have 2 of that boy. Alright. What are we doing here? We're definitely getting in with the cats. I don't think we're dashing a Ragavan. I think we're gonna summon him in defense position, as they say. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright. Getting some damage in. We're gonna make a silly amount of tokens here. This is so goofy. Oh, Galvanic. Oh, look at my board. And we're gonna flip Fable too, so we can just start copying whatever. I didn't mention this before, but flipped Fable the Mirror Breaker, it sacrifices the token at end step, which is a way to flip a Johnny. You make a copy of the cat dies. Opponent might ping me to death. Uh-oh. Oh. Can they kill their own? They can flip their own Ajani. Ooh, it's troublesome. But they're gonna kill mine instead. Did they have lethal if they played Ajani, shot the cat, and then zeroed the Ajani? I think they did, but okay. Our opponents can miss lethal. It's good for us. Thinking about this game, what decisions could have been different? I think the decision to static prison that amulet, maybe that wasn't it. Because I can pay the upkeep forever.
To the hunt.
And that has a very useful ETB. Alright, I got a 1. Can I kill here? I don't know, maybe. Let's go with a no, unfortunately. No. Yeehaw! I'll let them do the blocking, but it's not enough damage for me, unfortunately. Ow. Nope. Alright, they can have it. Alright, game 3, Fun Mirror.
I will have vengeance.
Alright, still don't want any of this stuff. Going first, maybe we want another Ragavan. Maybe we're static person. Static person betrayed me. Oh, let's put the 4th Ragavan in. Very strong on the play. I would love to have a turn 1 Ragavan hand again. Alright, we will be going first. Oh, very slow hand, but I don't think I want to mulligan this. Phlage and Amulet present enough like card advantage over time to probably win this matchup. Alright, there's White Ragavan, as ordered. We're filling our bin for Phlage at least. Ooh, there's a Philia to block. That's great. Philia might just eat a removal spell. It's fine. Okay, we're just filling the bin for Phlage. We're gonna be able to escape it right away. Ooh, basic plates. I want to fetch a basic plate, so I want that graveyard full. Like, did we hit the Pride or the Guide? I think it's the Pride. With this guaranteed source of life gain in play, they can get the City's Blessing faster than you think. Nice Raptor hit for them. They have a sweet curve this game. Our curve, unfortunately, a little awkward. A little land heavy. Interesting that they still have Ocelot Pride in their build. I think they cut Philia, because I haven't seen it yet. This is really unfortunate if I, like, can't find something here. Ooh, Fable. Well, that's for next turn, alright. Rough. Unfortunately, we just had the really slow draw. They got us. Oh, we were on the play too, weren't we? Oh well. Maybe I shouldn't have kept that hand. I remember seeing it. It was just, you know, it was the Phlage. Was it just Phlage Philia and a bunch of lands? That's not the best. Maybe that was a mulligan. Because in my head, this is a slower version of the deck, and I could afford to keep a hand like this. But with previous version of the deck, I would probably mulligan it. Try to find something that's very aggressive and proactive. They have the blessing, this ain't good. Got tokens. Alright, oh, we can legend rule our boy. That's good. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I'm leaning towards no, it won't be, but...
May our axes strike as one.
You could also play Fable, but... Let's legend rule our boy. Legend rule him, we make a bunch of blockers, and then... I don't know. Hopefully live. You're gonna shoot my Ajani so I don't get the legend rule? No, I get it.
It's not perfect, but we have peace. Traitors
Alright.
will be punished.
Let's hit that 3/3 flyer. Like, we're really under the gun, and we might die to attackers anyway. Oh, +2 life. That's... Help. Oh, shoot, it doesn't die! Oh, no. Yeah, there's a blocker here. I think that is enough for my opponent to crash through for lethal. Especially with extra energy, if they can get it for guide. I mean, good game. Yeah, I think we should have kept a more aggressive hand there. Could have mulliganed the phlage-based super slow hand. Timeless is a tough format. You can lose games at mulligans like that. Usually less so with a mid-range matchup, but it was probably a stinker of a keep for me. All right, queue up again. Let's see if we don't get the mirror match. I really want to bring in Blood Moons at least once. Oh, quick queue again. Guess everyone's playing in the evening. All right, we're against the Sandbagger Squee. And they will be going first, it seems. Alright, sweet hand from us, no companion from them. They mulliganed once, we'll keep our 7. Merfolk, nice. Alright, I'm ready for my plans to turn into islands. Oh, who's ready? Ooh. I wanted to play Swords to Plowshares, but my boy. Hopefully they give me an opportunity to hit them with Ragavan. We do have a removal spell in our hand to make it happen. More Merfolk? Wonder how much they're gonna respect Ragavan. If they're respecting Ragavan, they should not attack. Alright, no respect, huh? Yeah, I think it is honestly appropriate to do this. Swords, it could go onto a higher quality target, but I value Ragavan hits a lot against other creature decks. Haha! Yeah, I didn't want you playing that. So do we want to play Amped Raptor? Do we want to play Unstable Amulet? I think we want to play Guide of Souls and go ahead and save our treasure. And we'll think about it next turn. Because if I play Amped Raptor, hit a removal spell, I really want to hit something better than this card with my removal spell, to be honest. Okay, Merfolk Lord. Still no Ragavan respect. Alright. Interesting. So if I play Amulet first before the Raptor, I'm going to get more pings overall, but I think I really value this first striker in play. Ooh, died. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the energy. Now we use the treasure, we play the other one. Oh, we're getting energy. Oh, he's got too much energy. This is not legal. Yeah. I don't even have to pay to fly my Ragavan now. I'm still gonna do it. Oh, I can pay with both? Look at this aggro draw. Ho ho. Awesome when your Phlage and Fibble of the Mirrorbreaker deck can do this, right? Give me it. I don't know if that's 100% optimal, but I'm having fun right now. 2 energy, it's probably worth it, right? Decline. Get out of here. Alright, we're maybe having too much fun here. I wonder what they could possibly have to come back. Certainly there's something. Right? Exploring? Legendary creature, Monkey Pirate Angel. That's a good type line. Alright, I will be paying. Allow me to pay. Alright, there is a Flash Merfolk, right? The Hex Catcher? I don't think I care. Care if they flash in a Hex Catcher? No, a first strike attacker's on the ground. Gain some life, get some energy. You know how it is. Go to combat. We're not hitting with you. Fly the Guide of Souls. Say yes. Hit me. Alright, Raggy Man, he's gonna fall out of the sky. It's still really not the end of the world. We're gonna be ahead on board so much. I really wouldn't mind Ragavan falling out of the sky. Then it's still a 2-for-1 trade. They have to block it with 2 different things. You can't tap the static for an opponent. Stop looking at it. I mean, they could tap it. It just wouldn't do what they want it to do. Yeah, they're gonna 2-for-1 themselves to block Ragavan, I assume. Could also double block a Raptor and kill a Raptor, but Ragavan's a high value target. In this case, they take 10, they go to 3. It's good for them. Tap land, your turn, opponent. How you feeling? Alright, nothing happened. Alright, game 3. Excuse me, game 2. We're just going a little bit more removal. That's all. Pet Ragavans on the draw. Cut a Ragavan and Ophelia because it's hard for these two to attack and get value when we're on the draw. Seems good to me. The rest of these sideboard cards are not for creature matchups. Looks like we will be on the draw with a nice hand. Guide of Souls into a Johnny is always good stuff. And a way to spend that energy. It makes it amazing. Instead of playing this, I think I will fetch basic, just to be safe. Oh, ooh. I always end up getting tempted by a Ragavan. I said, what a nice energy generating hand. And the Ragavan showed up. Alright, ooh, Deep-Root Pilgrimage, okay. Okay, so that has hexproof, so there is Ragavan respect being thrown, and honestly, if they're making hexproof 1/1s, it is a Guide of Souls hand. Maybe we could fly the Ragavan. Yeah, just block. Ah, swords, nice. Fortunately, we can't do the swords and the guide. So I think we're just going to play an amulet because we have the time. I think I want to get my energy value off of a Johnny. Because energy just like straight up translates into cards. I think like the Merfolk deck really plays card advantage, so we can really smother them if we just lean on these amulets. Of course, they play this as a cantripping creature, but I mean something that can really give them multiple cards throughout the game. We have that in the energy package. Fable, the Mirror Breaker, Phlage. Those all give us a crazy amount of value. And of course, Philia flickering things. Static Prison, we could go after the Pilgrimage with that. I don't think we need to, though. I think what we should do is we just go Guide of Souls. I'm playing a Johnny. We could hold up double removal. There's an argument for that. I think we're cool to just play a Johnny.
Nothing can break our bond.
It's a very hard card for them to attack into because of this cat and the threat of it flipping. They're a blue deck. They really don't play removal. They probably have Dismember. That's really the only removal spell they have access to. Remember, and waste a bounce thing. I'm sure this is a matchup where their deck brings in 4 Dismember. They might have the Flash Merfolk Lord, so this seems like a free block, but I'm not going to do it in case they have that. This is still a trade here, and it flips my Ajani. Because they could also have a silly Stifle effect for the Ajani. No one plays Stifle in Merfolk. Famous last words? Aha! Right, so it's Tidebinder. Stifle on a stick. I forgot about this card. Or more of, I forgot it was a Merfolk. Alright, well, at least they're not Tidebindering something else. Oh, I forgot. I already had a removal spell exiled under there. That's my bad. I wasn't paying attention. Hard to play and talk at the same time. I'd love my Ajani to flip one day. So what are we doing then? You know, love playing this Philia. We can do that at instant speed. Ragavan is never going to do anything. I think we just hold up instants. With Philia, we play Galvanic Discharge. Seems pretty good. Sorry, this play from me last turn. I wanted to Static Prison something. Could have been the Pilgrimage, could have been Tidebinder. I think we just went around this Pilgrimage. We let them have that permanent. Okay. Seems like they have the Merfolk Lord. So, I'll go ahead and discharge this Tidebinder really quick. They have to flash in the Lord now if they want me to pay more energy. I don't know if they know that. Also, if it is Hexcatcher, they can flash it in and then, like, stifle me. By stifle, I mean Spell Pierce. You know, make me pay 1 for this spell. So they don't get a chance to react here after I already click 2, because the spell is in the middle of resolving. Still going to play around Hexcatcher, though. Really don't mind taking 2 damage. They at least don't have a non-token Merfolk anymore, so maybe we can try to keep them off of that. My turn. Do I want something from this amulet first? I'm thinking maybe I want a Guide of Souls fly my Philia. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Ooh, another Guide of Souls. Alright, you know what they say then. Let's get more energy. Tap this. Here's a really cool trick with this deck, if you didn't know it. First, let's actually resolve our little attack trigger. Get you here. Oh, never mind. Get you airborne. So, what's really neat is you notice that I exiled the Unstable Amulet to Philia, and this card here stayed in exile, and I can still play it. I can also still play it once the amulet comes back. When an Unstable Amulet says, exile the top card of your library, you may play it until you exile another card with Unstable Amulet. Refers to that instance of the card as a game object. When you flicker it in and out of play, it becomes a new game object when it comes back in. So that Flooded Strand would stay in exile forever, and it would be playable forever. Very interesting thing to know. So you can really stack cards in exile. and essentially increase your hand size by flickering Unstable Amulet with Phelia. And also pay attention to which amulet you're flickering. If you hover the amulet, like I am right now on my mouse, it will highlight the card exiled with it in yellow. I'll show it next time I exile something. Actually, I could just do it right now for demonstration. Let them resolve their attack. Watch. See? I highlight this yellow, not yellow. Yellow. Yellow raptor. Okay. Am I blocking? I could throw multiple cards in front of the trident to play around a Flash Lord. Yeah, you can hit me. So I'm pretty sure they have the Flash Lord. They've been playing like it. They don't have mana up. If I had Swords mana up, of course I would play differently and I would block a bunch. At both our amulets, we'll have one card exiled with each. The Raptor's exiled with the left, the Sacred Foundry's exiled with the right. If I put this Raptor from exile, it's just going to make me energy, but I'm pretty cool with that. Hit you for 2. A lot of energy, right? Alright, sweet. So now I can tap this left one, because the right one is the one that has the Sacred Foundry exile. With Static Prison. Okay, yep, we can get rid of that Lord. And I think instead of tapping my amulet, I'm going to spend my extra energy flying my Ragavan. Ah, Trickster. Okay. You're going to hit Phelia, I would assume? Makes sense. Happy to pay the energy here. Hit you for 4, steal a card, make a treasure. Binder, very cool. So we have lethal threats in the air. Opponent does need an answer to that. I do have instant speed removal up. I think we're in a commanding position. I mean, we've been in a commanding position the entire time. I don't see too much harm in blocking at this point. But I could honestly should also probably let the damage through in case of a blowout. Let's block like this. Because they could have a Flash Lord protected by a counterspell. So they do have this Hexcatcher, and yeah, actually what they can do is they can sacrifice some Merfolk to make me pay mana. Which I'm sure they will do. But like still, do I really care? We're gonna kill them on the crackback if they do that, right? Sacrifice. Right? Pay with my treasure? Would you like to sacrifice another one? Should probably sacrifice that one. Not attacking. Alright, that's fine. I knew that some of these creatures would probably die. I acknowledged that. I just didn't want to also die myself by allowing too many unblocked Merfolk through. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit our opponent. I'm thinking maybe do I want to flicker my Fable of the Mirror Breaker? I want to flicker it. Flickering a Fable actually does the same thing. It's also 2 energy. I took too long thinking for my opponent's liking, because yeah, if I just turn my guys sideways, I probably do win. But my point is that creating this Fable makes it 2-2. That makes 2 energy off of my guys is the same as flickering an aim. So it should be flickering the Fable there. Alright, let's see one more game. Let's see if we can get another unique matchup. What we got? Oh, hey, Deeper Pilgrimage. We just beat that. All right. Got a number 1800 Mythic on the dot opponent. This is a decent hand. If a removal spell, some energy generators, a turn 1 static prison when you are on the draw. It does feel a little bit bad. It's very expensive to maintain. It looks like it is going to be the Boros Mirror. So they have the Lurrus version, we have the Gigantha version. Let's see if I'm right and I'm a smart boy, because successfully predicted that my version is better. Your boy Johnny.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
We do not need another land. Right. I think here we're probably just going to flash Infilia. And we're going to look to flicker an Amulet, a Fable, or maybe their cat token. I'd love a phlage. I'm honestly thinking that maybe this deck should have 3 phlages instead of 3 fables. That's a mythic wild card, though. That's a mythic wild card that could be any mythic, any special guest mythic. Don't spend it. Okay. Yeah, they get to flicker here, unfortunately.
Teamwork triumphs.
They flip the Ajani. It's not the end of the world for me. They don't have a red permanent in play. We can static prison the Ajani as well. We can also almost just attack it. Oh, they put the 1/1 counter on instead. Very interesting.
We need all the strength we can muster.
Alright. I'm gonna be pretty happy to static prison this Ajani. And then I'm thinking about my other card. Do I want it to be the Guide of Souls? Do I want it to be the Amulet? I think mana efficiency would be nice, so we can put the Amulet. Regardless, let's attack first. I'm going to attack you. I'm going to get a token out of the way. Out of here, Johnny. Unstable Amulet me. Okay. My creature dies. Alright, Fable of the Merfolk is looking very good. It's going to help us filter our hand and get ready for the late game. Take out my Henge. Sweet. Take a basic plains here. I'll make sure to not fetch a basic again because we're going to run out. We do have 2 more planes in the deck, but if they get flickering that card, oof. And it's nasty. And I think I am good to spend 2 energy here, because we're going to generate some energy off the Guide of Souls next turn. Okay. Souls. Alright, we'll pay a little extra life here. For a non-basic. Ow. Alright, Fable is going to let us filter these 2 lands out of our hand, which is awesome. Hopefully draw some gas. Static Prison coming through. I hit my Fable. I'm gonna hit the Goblin Shaman and then flicker this. Get some extra energy. Dashed Monkey. Okay. I will trade for that. I value energy generating, but I don't want to get hit. Alright, Fable the Mirror Breaker, do your thing. We're going to discard 2, draw 2. Ah, what a good card. Alright. Okay. Here, we're going to Guide of Souls, we're going to Amped Raptor, hopefully hit a sweet card out of exile. Gain some life, get some energy. You know the drill at this point. We hit another Raptor. Means we probably have enough energy to tap this at this point, be very safe. A guide. Alright. I was thinking of flashing in the Philia, though. Would I rather do that? Would I? I do have stuff to flicker, to be honest. So, yeah, I would rather do that. Missing out on a little life and energy, but I would love to get flickering next turn. We can flicker this Fable of the Mirror Breaker to filter our hand again. Give the Majani back if we want. We could also just get 2 energy here. We can get even more energy by flickering a Raptor. We can get their token out of the way, too. Take the 2 damage. No problem. We are dead to double lightning bolts in their hand. The thought just finally passed through my brain, but that'll be fine. I'll never have the double bolt. Sweet. Gain a life, gain energy. Alright, no flickering their token out of the way, but who cares? I think we're ahead enough. We get to flip Fable, which is very powerful. Ooh, we get to pull that out of the sky, so the last threat goes away. And carry here. There's the question of whether or not I should pay to get more damage in. I think the answer is yeah, we're getting in there. So next turn we could start like copying up Amp Raptor with Reflection of Kiki Chiki, which gives us 4 energy at a time. It's awesome. Then we have the swords up in case they do find a way to get enough reach damage to kill us. Alright, Philia. Do I want them to have that card? Probably not. I think I'm just gonna swords it, be safe. They really flickering, let's be honest. I can't flicker this if they want to also attack with it. Our opponent can dig for a 0 mana card that they don't have in their deck. Yep, and it is GG. Cool. Okay, game 2. I don't think we bring in too much in this mirror. On the draw, we probably do 1 removal spell for 1 Ragavan. Like I said before, we could also do 1 Philia as well. How about an Archon? That could be cute. Let's... Yeah, let's play all 4 Static Prisons when we're on the draw. Again, a little sus on the draw. Maybe they should be Swords to Plowshares. Maybe. Need a little bit more data to confirm. Sweet. I'm a little concerned about this hand because it lacks removal. Could get run over. We'll present our turn one Ragavan. They do something like, their own turn one Ragavan, Amped Raptor into a removal spell on my Ragavan. We have two grindy cards, an Unstable Amulet and Fable, and I think going second, this might be a mulligan. Let's see this. This is a little bit better. Sure, we're going to keep lower quality cards, but at least we do have the removal spell to slow them down. I think our deck does win against theirs if we can make this game go slow. And Fable of the Mirror Breaker is good once the game's already slow, as is the Unstable Amulet. I think that was a correct mulligan there. Okay, they went to 4. Okay. We probably could have kept that. Yeah, looks like they'll just sorts by threat. Unfortunate for them that they had to go all the way down to 4. They'll just shoot whatever threat they have. Yeah, like indiscriminately. Amulet. I can't shoot that. Try again. Another guide. And then this is either a basic mountain or a surveilled land, depending on whether or not we feel the need to discharge something. Here's your own guide. That probably gets discharged. So I might be able to do that at sorcery speed on my turn. Do they play a guide? Actually, let's say no with sorcery speed on my turn, because I want to put Gigantha into my hand if I don't draw anything. Gigantha Beats is going to win this game, which is funny, when we both do a little awkward mulligans. Oh, there's your boy! Get in there, Ragavan. This is so much better than Gigantha to hand. Alright, unfortunately we whiffed. I'll surveil. You know, I would love to surveil into the bin. A phlage. Let's see it happen. Ah, I didn't get the one time. It's still a really good card, so I'll keep it. I think I'm gonna save it for after they play Lurrus so I can maybe hit a removal spell. Ah, Amped Raptor. Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save our own amps for next turn. Looks like our opponent might be able to claw back a little bit with this Lurrus. Amped. And a Johnny. Looking good for them.
Nothing is more important than
We're drawing the good cards too. Yeah. Hey, that's awesome. So we had the extra energy to play this 3-drop. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning. I think I forgot. But the reason we only have so many 3-drops is because of Raptor. We're not always going to have the extra energy for them. I could have paid 2. Yeah. Oh, I probably also should have held that land for Fable. I was a little too busy explaining. You know, it's hard to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I do gotta slow down a little bit when I explain. I like this Philia. I'll keep this Philia. Admit 0? I love this Philia. Go to combat. Fly him. My man is flying. Is he getting chumped? He's not. Oh, what a hit. What a hit. Sometimes it just all comes together with this deck, you know? And of course we'll flash this in on their end step. No need to be hasty. Alright, now they're actually strip mining me, which is scary. I only have 4 basics. Big action, no basic. But I have a pile of treasures, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, very neat little detail is that you can Guide of Souls buff the same creature multiple times, so we're actually going to hit Ragavan again. They're going to concede, they're not going to see it through. Alright. What? Hey, wait, I was ranked 53 before. What do you mean I didn't go up? Oh, what a scam. All right, that was really fun. I'm excited to see any other ideas people have, the innovations that people come up with. There is a timeless tournament this weekend that I'm going to be playing in, and I will probably bring something close to this list. I'll have to think about it. I got another couple of hours to think about it. I think this phlage version of the deck is really sweet. Oh, and it depends on what other people bring, of course. If other people are bringing the Lurrus version, I do want to be on this one because I think it is a nice matchup. I think it might be better overall, but it's a little early to say. It's definitely a little better in the mirror. It's more resilient to Fury. It's got a lot more eventuality, but at the end of the day, it's slower. But we all love Blood Moon and love playing with Blood Moon. All right. Thanks for watching.